All right, here we go. Week 3, the 2-0 Denver Broncos against our 0-2 New York Jets. We're going out to the Mile High Stadium. Let's take a look at this week's preview. Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name is Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we are talking game preview, Week 3, Jets versus Broncos, 2-0 Broncos against the 0-2 New York Jets. We are going to the Mile High Stadium. It's going to be interesting because we faced our former franchise quarterback in Sam Darnold Week 1. Now we verse the guy that was also on that team when Sam first got there in Teddy Bridgewater. In my head, I always think Teddy Bridgewater as a game manager, a line of scrimmage to 15-yard type of passer, doesn't really push the envelope down the field, but that has certainly changed. This year, he's averaging almost 300 yards per game and has a 77% completion percentage, which is second in the league. So Teddy is definitely stepping it up this year. And I think this is going to be the first time that our cornerbacks are legitimately tested. Now, they don't have Jerry Jeudy. He's out with an ankle. And Bradley Chubb on the defensive side, he's going to be out with an ankle. So there's a few handicaps from the Broncos side of things. But this offense is definitely going to push the ball further down the field than either the Panthers or the Patriots did. So while our secondary has played well, it's going to be interesting to see how they can contend with Sutton. I think this is going to be a very tough matchup for the New York Jets. Right now, I believe Caesars has us as 10.5-point dogs to the Broncos, which after the last 2 games and the inconsistencies with some of the young pieces on our team, I think it's probably the right line. I think it's going to be tough. I don't know. If the Jets can put it all together and they can take the best parts of what happened in Week 2 and take the best parts of the second half of Week 1, then maybe you have a competent team and you can really kind of contend. Now, the biggest part for the Jets is going to be turnovers. In the 5 drives where we have had turnovers, it has led to 19 points. In the 18 other drives that we have had go against us, it has only led to 15 points. So Robert Saleh has got to be really frustrated with the turnovers. It's something that we have to cut down on, and teams that are of our age and skill, I don't want to say skill level, because skill level is a bad term, but maybe of our current build right now. We do not have the ability to overcome the amount of turnovers that we've seen in these games. So we have to play mistake-free football if we want to even give ourselves a chance here. Now, what do we think is going to happen? I think with Tevin Coleman being out for the New York Jets, I think we are going to see a nice, healthy dose of Ty Johnson and Michael Carter. I would like to see the lion's share of reps go to Michael Carter. I thought he played phenomenally well last week. Not that Ty Johnson didn't, but obviously fresh new draft pick kind of makes me a little excited, and I want to see that continue. Elijah Vera-Tucker, I want to see if we can get the ground game running. This feels very much like a ball control game for the New York Jets, because of how the Broncos could attack us. I don't want to put the ball on their offense's hands too frequently. And if the Jets have to pass the ball a lot, I think their secondary and their edge presence with Von Miller is going to be really tough to deal with if you're the New York Jets. So I think effectively running the ball is going to be really, really important here. Now, if the Jets find themselves in a hole early, they may be forced to throw, which doesn't really bode well given the 4 interceptions that Zach threw last week. Hopefully he can grow from that and learn a little bit, check it down. You don't have to play hero ball all the time. If we could see a little bit more of what we saw second half Week 2 with the great play from the offensive, I shouldn't say great play, but the better play, improved play in Game 2 from the offensive line in the running game, I think the Jets could at least stand a chance to move the ball on this Broncos defense. It's going to be interesting. I think it's probably a stretch for the Jets to come in and win on the road, especially when you go West Coast. West Coast is always really tough, even though they're not totally West Coast. I guess they're technically Mountain Time, I think, right? Colorado. Yeah, that would make sense. So Jets traveling, going to be interesting. At least we get to watch the 1 o'clock games. Now, I do want to jump over. If you guys don't know, WinView has sponsored the channel, and they have some really cool games and props that we can go over. So if you want to join along, you don't have to do any of the paid stuff. You can play this all for free, and it's a lot of fun. But we're going to go through some of the props that they have for this week and what we think of each game. So this is the app. You can download it. And then you just find your Jets. All right, New York Jets. There we go. I'm sure it was there the whole time. We're going to do the free training. I'll just show you guys how this works. We're going to join the room. So let's go through this one by one, and we'll make our predictions and what I kind of think. If you want to play along and you want to go against, what I think, and we can kind of have a little fun with this, I'll put a link in the description. You guys can download it down below. Prop 1. Either team kicks a successful field goal of 49 yards or more in this game. I'm going to say yes. So the way WinView works, you're going to kind of wager some points here. I do think I'm going to wager a lot of my 15,000 points. I'm going to say there is going to be a long kick. I believe 2 or 3 of the longest kicks ever in the league were in Denver, so this just sort of makes sense. I do think the Jets are going to have a hard time moving the ball, so this kind of makes sense to me as well. I think the Jets could wind up getting a long field goal, and 50 yards is absolutely makeable. So we're going to say that. We're jumping back over here. Okay, each team scores 20 or more points in this game. I'm going to say no. I don't think the Jets are going to get to 20 points on this defense. It's kind of a tall task based on what we've seen the first 2 weeks, and I think this is a really good defense. So I'm going to wager a pretty nice amount of points on this right here, and we're going to say Jets will not get to that. Sutton records 75 or more receiving yards in the game. Now, this is where the threat of their weapons against our secondary is really going to come into play. And I think our secondary is young and untested as of yet. They have played really well. I'm really excited with what we've gotten out of the rookies. Based on how I think this game will unfold, I think they will be able to jump out in front of us. But I would say that they may not have to pass the ball. They may be able to run the ball and try to kill clock. So I'm going to say no. I don't think Sutton will get the 75 yards. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to put too many points on this. I'm a little more concerned on that one. Both teams combined to throw 2 or more interceptions in the game. Now, Teddy Bridgewater, I believe when I was looking at this, and I don't have the stats up in front of me, I don't think he's thrown an interception yet. I'm going to say no. I do not think both teams combined to throw 2 or more interceptions. Oh, that's different because so Zach had 4 last week. He had 1 the first week. Tough defense. All right, you know what? God, I really don't want to go against this because I feel like I'm putting this on Wilson. I don't want to, but it's not. You know what? I'm going to go no. We're not going to throw 2 interceptions combined. And I'm gonna put a little smaller amount of points on this. Not feeling confident in that one. But I have to hope for our young guy. A player from either team rushes for 80 yards or more, rushes for 80 or more total yards in the game. A player from either team. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to say no. I think we will have more than that total. I think we'll have like 120 to 130 rushing yards, but I don't know if one player is going to eclipse it. Like I feel like Michael Carter, if he does get a lot of reps, I think some of that could be in the passing game, and I think some of it will be in the rushing game, split with Ty Johnson. A player from either team rushes for 80 yards, and I think the Jets rushing D is going to be pretty good. So I'm going to say no here, and I'm going to wager 500 points here. Melvin Gordon rushes for more total yards than Williams in this game. I don't even know. I don't know what their splits are. Who gets the lion's share of the reps? I haven't watched enough Denver football to know who's getting more reps here. And it seems like WinView is saying they're pretty dead even. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're going to go with the young gun instead of Gordon. Either team scores at least 17 points during a single quarter of the game. Wow. So 5 times multiplier for yes, 1.5 times for no. I don't think either team is going to give up that many points. And I feel pretty confident about that. So I'm going to say no for this one. A player from either team records 9 or more receptions in this game. That's a lot of receptions for anyone. I'm going to say no to this. This doesn't, I don't believe this is going to happen. I think on the Jets side of things, Corey Davis might get locked down. They might do kind of what the Patriots did, where you kind of don't allow him either spot on the field. So maybe Berrios, what did Berrios have, like 5 receptions last game? I don't think either team's going to get this. So I will take the no here. Prop 8. Zach Wilson completes more passes than Teddy Bridgewater in this game. I'm going to say yes to this because I think we are going to have to throw the ball more based on how I think Denver is going to play this game. I think they may be running the ball, trying to eat up clock. So I'll say Zach Wilson does complete more passes than Teddy Bridgewater. I do think, it's not completion percentage, right? Like Teddy could have a higher completion percentage, but Zach may have to throw more and thus have more completions, possibly. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to go with 500 points here. And for our final one, New York Jets records a single offensive play that gains 40 or more yards in the game. 40 or more yards. That feels like a lot for us against a pretty good defense. I would love to see it. Yes or no? This is a tough one. Where do I go? You know what? I'm going to root for it. I'm going to be excited. We're going to say yes. We're going to have one offensive play, at least one offensive play that gains at least 40 or more yards. And that's what I'm going to be rooting for. And we're going to go a bunch of points on this one. So let's rattle through this again. Either team kicks a successful field goal from 49 yards. I'm saying yes. Jets record a single offensive play that gains 40 or more yards. I'm going to say yes. Zach Wilson completes more passes than Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, because he's going to have to throw the ball more because the Jets are going to be down. A player from either team records 9 or more receptions. I'm going to say no. Either team scores at least 17 points during a single quarter. I'm going to say no to that. Gordon runs for more total yards than Williams. No, I don't think so. Player from either team rushes for 80 yards or more. No, I think both teams are going to wind up splitting carries. I don't know if either team is actually going to get to that threshold. I'm not 100% confident on that, but I'm going to say no. Both teams combined to throw 2 or more interceptions in this game. I said no because Teddy doesn't throw interceptions. He's very, very careful with the ball. And I really hope Zach doesn't throw interceptions. So I'm going to say no. I'm really hoping they do not combine to throw more interceptions. Sutton records 75 more total receiving yards. Again, I think the Broncos are going to be running the ball, and I don't think he's going to get that many receiving yards. But this will be a tough task for our secondary. Each team scores 20 or more points in the game. I said no. I don't think until the Jets prove that we can start scoring points at a better clip, I'm going to take the no here. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I think it's going to be a tall task for the New York Jets this week. And with a minus 10.5 spread, it seems like a lot of people are feeling the same kind of way here. So, guys, that's from WinView. If you want to hang out and do the same props as me and have fun with this, I'll leave a link in the description down below. It's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying this all season. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who wins this game? What do you think of the props? What do you think is the key to the game? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.